What's up? What's up, everyone? I hope everyone's having an amazing, beautiful, positive day. I just wanted to come in here and chat around on communication. I'll wait for some people to get on. Hopefully, everyone's on lunch or sneaking in a quick peek of what I'm talking about. Um, because one of the things that I think that a lot of people devalue in life is communication, and I think that I don't want to long wind this conversation because I think a lot of us already understand the value of communication. I think that one of the things that improves us in life is communicating with the person in our circle, be it our friends, our loved ones, our families, our co-workers, our bosses. I think that a lot of us tend to not communicate. My me myself, me myself were not. I was not a very good communicator. I was always, let's call it an instigator, right? I used to be that guy that always thought he knew it all and didn't feel like communicating as much as I should. But honestly, like that changed. That transformation of what I used to not communicate to what I'm communicating today is totally a big difference. And I think that the value that comes out of it is completely huge. I think it's going to improve relationships. I think it'll improve marriages. It'll improve your workplace. It'll even improve your business. I think that communication is one of the probably the less used value of all time. And I think that if we begin to really focus on communication to the next degree, I think that we're going to improve life as a whole. Because what we do today in communicating with each other is going to really manifest everybody from everybody that follows, especially our children. I think that too many of us do not communicate with our children the correct way. I think we're always demanding them to not do something, to not do this, not do that, instead of telling them not to do it. Communicate with them as to why they shouldn't do it so they can get a better understanding and not negate that they can't do that in the future. Because sometimes, I mean, I can actually vouch for it because I've seen it happen not only to myself but to everyone around me, is that when you tell someone not to do something without an explanation, I think that they lose value in that of what is, they lose value in that of which you told them what not to do. And when they get older, the first thing they're gonna remember is like my mom or my dad told me not to do this, right? So at right there, you kind of took away their independency, and I think that we need to work on that as parents, as uncles, as anything, as coworkers. So if you're in a job and you tell someone that they can't do that, explain to them why, communicate with them, and add value to the reason of why you told them they shouldn't do this or they shouldn't do that. And I think it's extremely powerful what comes out of it. And I'm telling you this from experience, and it's just like the reason why I'm actually coming here is because in my relationship now, I think because it's such a long distance relationship, I think communication is a huge deal, and people don't value that when you're together. Like imagine you side by side with the person you care about, the person you love, the person that inspires you, the person that motivates you. How are you expected to actually add value to each other if you're not even telling each other everything or communicating with each other what's missing? I think that when you start doing that, it'll just create such a level of love, success, passion, that it'll take you into a whole new dimension. Let's call it that, right? And together, I believe that I don't think there's like in my opinion, I think that The relationships that we are in right now is not the problem. I think the problem is the individual that doesn't communicate the problem. I think that too many of you hide what you should be hiding. And if we avoid the assumptions of life, because I think a lot of us assume that something is wrong instead of asking what's wrong. And sometimes people don't want to tell you what's wrong, right? But if you want the answer, you be persistent on it. Be persistent as what's wrong, what's the matter, you're not acting the same as you used to, what can we do to fix it? Because at the end of the day, guys, I want you guys all to know and understand that every problem in our lives, I don't care what it is, every problem in our life has a solution. But the solution is based on you. The solution is up to you to actually ask the proper questions so that you can get the proper answer. Because too many of you walk around right now walking like, they don't value me as much. Nobody talks to me. Well, why don't you be the initiator? Why you always got to be wanting, wanting, wanting? You know, there's a saying that says, if you give, you receive. So why not give more of what you want? If you want love, give love. If you want attention, give attention. If you want respect, give respect. And this goes to everything, all aspects of life. I'm talking about in your work field, in your relationship, in your family, in your parenting. All that is a factor. All that is a key freaking factor. Communication is so freaking huge. It's underrated. It's underrated because you don't want to come off as strong. You don't want to make the person feel bad about themselves. You don't want to hurt the person. But you're hurting. You're suffering because you're a walking wanderer. Like you're a walking wandering type of person. You're wondering how does this person feel? You're wondering like what is he gonna do? What is she gonna do? What is she gonna say? What is he gonna say? What is he thinking? What is she thinking? But if you ask the question, you're gonna get the answer. But you know what? Like I think that I don't know if this is like too bright on my face. Huh? Oh, that's way better. I think too many of you don't ask enough questions to get the answer that you deserve. And I think you all deserve the right answers. I mean, listen, in the past 35 years of my life, and obviously I just put my age out there, whatever. In the past 35 years of my life, the one mistake that I always did is I didn't communicate as good as I do today. Sometimes some people might think that I'm an over communicator. So what? You know what? That's how I work and that's how I want to work because I feel that the answers that I need for my questions will be answered because I'm going to ask it and I'm not afraid to. If I hurt you, I'm sorry, but I need to ask you a question because in order for you to sleep at night, in order for you to feel good about yourself, you need to learn the value of asking questions. But some of us walk around scared to ask a question because we're afraid to hurt someone. Obviously, everything has boundaries. Everything has a moment of what you shouldn't be doing. But I think that if we value ourselves enough, I think we should have the right. If let's put it like this: if people have the right to judge you, you have the right to ask a question. If people have the right to put you down, you have the right to defend yourself. Because too many of you feel because, oh, he's right. You start actually believing what people tell you. Instead of you defending yourself, obviously in a positive way, no need to be fighting. No need to that you don't have to communicate with your hands or with any weapon. You know, words are very powerful. I think words, too many people use words. Too many people might use words as a negative way, but if you know how to actually address the situation, your words speak volumes. And like I said yesterday, be careful what you wish for can be used as a positive connotation. And I think that if we use it more, I think that we could inspire a lot of people. You know, one of the things that I have written on my board here is, you got to change your mindset if you want to change your outcome. Too many of you don't want to change. Too many of you want to change your outcome, but not change your mindset. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you weren't a communicator before and it didn't work out for you because you think it was that person's fault, it's time that you change your attitude. Change the way you talk, change the way you communicate, and you will change the outcome of what you receive from the people that you converse with, communicate with. Too many of you try to be too much of a leader and not much of a follower. Guilty. So, and this is me self-developing myself. You know what I mean? This is me finding out more about myself from the mistakes that I've made in my past. I'm not perfect. I'm not walking around as a perfect being. Did I see myself as being perfect at one point? Yes, I did. But there's a way you can change by actually communicating to yourself that what can you do better to improve so that everything around you improves along with you. So change your mindset, change your outcome. Tell that to yourself every single day. What can I do better to improve the outcome of my life? If you don't like where you are right now, you better start communicating not only with yourself, but with everyone around you to get it better. Because you're going to stay stuck exactly where you are if you stick with the same mindset that got you there. You're going to stay stuck with the same mindset that got you there. Let that resonate in your head. Because if that doesn't resonate in your head, I don't know what is. So be sure that in order for the outcome to be as positive, as fulfilling, and as blessed as you want it to be, begin to change your mindset. And this is a 24/7 job. This is not, I'll get to it when I get to it. Well, the response to your life will get to you when it gets to you. Whatever energy you put out is the energy you get back. Plain and simple. So how are you going to communicate from here on out? How are you going to change from here on out? Leave me some questions. Ask me questions. I want to hear from you. I want you to communicate with me. What can I do to inspire you? Or what have I done to inspire you to help you communicate better with your loved one, with your family, with your friends, with your workplace? Do you lead by faith? Do you lead with love? Do you lead with passion? Do you push? Do you jump? Do you believe? Do those things today, and I promise you, you can change the outcome of your whole life. But stop walking around dead, thinking that you're not good enough, thinking that you're not capable of achieving whatever goal it is that you want to achieve. Just go out there and do it. Communicate to the universe. Communicate to God. Listen, God is listening at all times. But because you think it's weird to communicate with the universe or communicate with God, that's why you're not getting the answers that you want. You're too busy complaining about the answers instead of actually, embracing what you're getting and try to learn from it. So I really expect you guys to ask me questions. I know some people wrote some things. I am going to Punta Cana. I will be there. This light is super bright on me. I will be there. I don't watch Housewives, so I don't know who you're speaking of. Eddie Judge, don't know who that is. But I don't know if I should say thank you or just be careful what I say. But with that being said, guys, I would love to hear from you guys. I would love your feedback on what it is that you're gonna do different to communicate with your partner, with your relationship to make it better. Everybody, you shouldn't. I don't think we should never settle. I think we should always want for more. I think we should always fight for more, so that we can believe in that, America. It's a big deal for us to want more out of life, to get what it is that we want. Let me see how much time we're in. 15 minutes. you know, it's an open forum now. I'll give you guys like 2 minutes. Whoever asks a question, I'll do my best to answer it for you, to give you guys the best opinion of mine that I can give. Again, anybody you speak to, guys, is an opinion. Don't take it personal. When you ask somebody for their opinion, they're going to give you their personal belief, not what you want to hear. Because too many of you, when you communicate with someone, you want the response of what you want to hear. Understand that everybody has their own belief system. Everybody has their own focus. Everybody wants a specific thing in their life. So when you ask a question, when you communicate with someone and you don't hear what you expected to hear, it's because that person's belief is different than yours. No knock against you. Doesn't make that person right. Doesn't make you wrong. So definitely start changing the way you think, and your outcomes will change along with it. Yeah, and I think I'm good. I think I said enough for today. So if you just got on, if you have any questions on communication that I can actually give you my opinion on it, please feel free. I got these cool headsets on, Beats. I like them. I think it sounds pretty clear. I look like a DJ host, but I'm not, and it's cool. What are you pushing through today to get you to tomorrow? What are you pushing through today to get you to tomorrow? Very important that you think like that. So with that being said, guys, I really expect your feedback on this video. If you feel that, I said something that inspired you, that motivated you, use that as your caption. Share this video to someone out there that might would love to really be more communicative with not only themselves but with people around them, to just improve their lifestyle. And I think together we can make a difference in a lot of people's lives, inspiring, motivating, instilling positivity, instilling faith in people. That is my go-to. Always remember to heal your spirit, build your body, and never forget to have faith, not fear. Whoop whoop. Peace.